ocean.
I should go.
See you later. Hey, Shepard. Do you need something?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Unfortunately...
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births... In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had...
That's your government?
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by marshals. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective the 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bound. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they... As we built more and more Geth, their effect... One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near...
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded.
You can't blame them for fighting.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of the hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarian. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined.
I want to know more about the film.
When my people reach mature... This is presented as a gift to the captain.
Can a captain choose to reject
That doesn't
it?
happen often. Even when the it's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. We are by virtually every pilgrimage. Like what? See you later.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no... Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't...
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation.
Your ignorance doesn't... As for the Krogan, the genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really...
We're sure not getting any strong. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about...
Ask the Solarians if you want details. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Every Krogan is infected. Everyone. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw? You ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander, you have a minute to
I keep
talk.
an open door policy. If you have any...
I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but, with all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship? This is the most advanced... I don't think we should give them free rein to engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the Alliance?
I'm not sure I'd call... We... humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our
I don't
allies?
mean we should mistreat them, Commander. As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
You've got a pessimistic view of the
A
universe.
pessimist is what an optimist... Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as... It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are. My family's... My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they... I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, sir. Mainly I've been grounded. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander. Couldn't say... We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
No. The future of humanity is out here.
Yeah. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold breaking.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one I know who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh, Lord. You went to the Makapog boot camp, too? Yeah. Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there. Kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral
It won't be
mission.
a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you to?
That depends, sir. If you ordered me to kiss a superior officer, that would be a violation of the regs concerning fraternization. That would make it an illegal order. I'd be required to decline and relieve you of command. Sir.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. Given the option...
What's your opinion?
Looking forward to it, sir.
Looking for supplies?
What are licenses?
Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well...
Let's see what...
You bet, Commander.